All right, so we're back here on a special Couch Coach Live once again. We saved the best for last, so tonight we're going to be previewing the NFC East, the best division. I don't care what no one says on the face of this earth. By far the best conference in the NFL. May not be record-wise, but when it comes to the rivalries and just the good old, trash talking and bringing the best out of each other, it's got to be the NFC East. So I got my guests in the building representing the Philadelphia Eagles, my guy, my NBA carousel brethren, Cool McCain from the PlayCallers podcast. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. And of course, I got my guy Bars, my Off the Ball Network colleague, also Bunts and Bruises podcast. Shout out to our guy Jerg, representing the New York Football Giants. My guy James Barcia. What's going on, Bars?
How you doing, Coach? I'm excited. I'm nervous because it seems like I got giants in this room right now. No pun intended, but okay. I'm ready to talk and excited to talk about the best division in football. You know it.
Absolutely. And what's going on, Maui?
First of all,
yeah,
it is the funniest division in the whole league. Y'all have lost y'all mind. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, though. I sell a lot of potato chips and everything when y'all play each other. Boy, I sell sodas and hot dogs. Y'all be ready, but hee ha ha. Like, I'm just kidding. Welcome, fellas. How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. And we here once again, and also me, Couch Coach, your host tonight, representing the 2021 preseason leading Washington football team at a tender record of 1-2, still led the division at 1-2 in the preseason.
We ain't even talking about practice.
Hey,
we ain't even talking about game. We talking about preseason.
We talking about preseason. A game, not a game, not a game.
Not even practice.
Preseason. We talking preseason. I was like,
I guess you take it where you can get them. I ain't mad at you.
Yo, that's wild. Like I looked at it, I was like, yo, we were 1-2, and we said we had the best record in the preseason. I'm like, yo, this is terrible.
I have a question, fellas. Are y'all gonna be biased? Or are we gonna be straight up when we have these? I'm just wondering.
After this preseason, I was trying to be hopeful before, but after this preseason, I'm gonna be as honest as possible.
All right, that's what I'm just messing. I'm just
gonna just lean this way and you tell me.
Right.
Oh, I see it.
Yes, definitely nothing wrong. And once again, I'm representing the Washington football team, the 2020 NFC East champions. I'm here, Couch Coach, and I'm representing Bishop Sycamore class of 2022. So, guys, let's talk about this. This is the most bizarre story in the world of sports at this point. So we gotta talk about this. We talk about the NFC East, but we definitely gotta address the biggest elephant in the world of sports this week. So we could not ignore this one. So let's talk about Bishop Sycamore. So Bishop Sycamore is a team that hails out of Columbus, Ohio. They are supposed to be like a prep team. They played actually a real prep team in IMG Academy and lost 58-0. They were part of a ESPN high school showcase game on Sunday. So come to find out through how everything's come to light, this team was a fake team. This team was comprised of JUCO age kids, so they were over the age of 18. These weren't high school kids. Their head coach, Roy Johnson, is actually a fugitive of the law. He's facing fraud charges. It's a lot of things. They're not even a part of the OSHA, so they're not a legitimate high school. They're not a brick and mortar high school. They are an online charter school that has a elementary level website that doesn't have any information or any type of at all. It is literally a website that a kid can make. So also another thing, right. They played on Friday night. They lost. They played again on Sunday. A lot of things, and it's a lot of things also. And then one of the things that I learned today, during the game they were sharing helmets, so they didn't even have a whole set of helmets. Players had to share helmets, and then get this: this team owes thousands of dollars to a Canton, Ohio hotel. They owed nearly almost $4,000 for rooms that they didn't pay for, and they had a fraudulent check to pay for those rooms. So, fellas, I'm gonna go around the horn. First, I'm gonna go with you, Cool. Just your thoughts on this whole Bishop Sycamore situation.
So we got two other people to talk, right? As well as yourself. So I'm gonna try to, just hit a few points. I don't want to take up all the information. I just want to know, how do you have a fugitive from the law coaching a team? Do you not do the most elementary of background checks? How does that even happen?
I mean, it doesn't even sound like they got anything close to a background check over there. So I think that was the least.
Exactly. It's crazy. Then you owe so many people. You have the kids staying at a hotel. I actually saw an article as a kid that went there a couple of years ago, I think like 2 years ago. And he ended up staying for 2 years, but same type of thing. He was saying how, he was staying at a hotel. There were lots of times where the hotel would call him and be like, yo, y'all's rooms are not paid for. What's going on? They would be reaching out to their parents, trying to get money to pay for rooms and different stuff, man. So it's been crazy for a few years there. And, they tried to market themselves as like another IMG type of program for football and sports, bro. But you're an online school. So how are you an online school, but you have kids staying in a hotel, not a dorm or campus, but a hotel, because you don't have a campus? And ESPN, what is wrong with you?
Bro, it's so many questions. Bars, what you got, man?
I think the funniest thing that everyone's just overlooking is how bad they lost to IMG. These were legitimate high school kids that didn't go to JUCO or anything, and they still lost like 52-0 or something like that. And just one more fact, I didn't know about them sharing the helmets, but what I think is funny, which makes sense now, is I read somewhere years ago they had a GoFundMe. It was like for $20,000 or something like that to do a fundraiser for it. What school do you know is doing a GoFundMe for a fundraiser? But two, the funniest part is they only made like $140 out of this GoFundMe. No one donated aside from like two friends or something like that.
Okay,
crazy.
First off, are we getting punked, or this a kid? Was it Kellen Peele? Whatever his name is. This one of them segments. This don't make no sense. It's like this is like a horrible Netflix series. That's a comedy. I'm like, this don't make no sense. I ain't know anything about y'all, what y'all telling me. And then I got information that y'all ain't even say. Like, I don't even understand, how did they get away with this? And ESPN, even though the game was on there, they have nothing to even do with the process of the game being on there. I'm like, so what was they subcontracting to get games on high school games on TV? That's crazy. That's why they told real quick. They was like, if the game wasn't on TV, we would have never knew. So I did some digging, and they said that IMG actually knew who this team was, because a couple years ago they reached out to them, but it was through another church. In 2018. Oh, I'm not gonna go into details. You know what I'm saying? But it's alleged. I'll send y'all.
Are you talking about Christians of Faith Academy?
Yep. And it didn't work out because the Christian schools didn't trust them. And then IMG they got in touch with IMG and was like, yo, what's up? We want to do blah, blah, blah. They was like, bet. Then they got another phone call. It was just multiple phone calls of craziness. They was like, but we want you to fund us to come all the way down there. First, they was like, we can't find an arena. They was like, okay, cool. Y'all can just come down here. The next thing was like, well, y'all gonna have to fund us to come all the way down there. And then as it kept going, IMG was like, man, I'm done with it. So when this game come up, IMG was like, bet, we just gonna get this win. We gonna demolish them, because they knew exactly who they were. And I think with the pandemic and things being broke down, because that was 2018. So then 2019, this school started. And I think it got pushed up and nobody really checked anything because, in 2020, a lot of stuff was getting broke down. You know what I mean? A lot of schools are getting pushed up. It's a bunch of middlemen too that you wouldn't even be. That was big name elite people that is behind how they doing the matchmaking and everything that seemed very, very strange. You know what I mean? But once you keep going down that rabbit hole, you be like, oh man, I don't think I should have went this far. You know what I mean? But this seemed like a comedy to me. This is crazy.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy to me because, like, to me, like, I put the onus like on ESPN because I'm thinking to myself, yes, right, they do get that through a third party company that does that, but you gotta think to yourself, and like, as you have to repair, you have to have these broadcasters that knows these things ins and out. Like, they have to get scout reports on all these players, and even though in my little small sample of I actually did like play-by-play for like a little league once upon a time. They even gave me more information about the players than what they received. And I'm thinking to myself, they even were saying how some of these guys were like nationally recruited. I'm like now that makes me look at you like as far as ESPN, because you have an ESPN top list of prospects for each graduating class. And did any of these guys even be a part of your class? Like, we know about IMG, they pretty much got like the top. And I think they were saying like, I think 40 of those guys are like in the top 200 in the state of Florida, and that's verified. Versus here, and then you think about it in Ohio. And Ohio is like a hotbed for high school football, and it's just like that's the thing I just don't understand. This is not 1945. This is not 1985. Like, this is 2021. Like, you can pull up this information easily. Like, that's crazy. Like, matter of fact, actually, this is the one that you probably know this team, cool. So, like, my squad, I went to a school called Highland Springs, and we played this team called Julius Chambers out in Charlotte, right?
Mm-hmm. I heard of them.
And guess what? You can pull up their information. Okay, they're 4-time state North Carolina state champions. They have a digital footprint. So that so and even with that, they even changed the name of their school. So it's just like, that's within like the last like year or so or whatever. And I'm like, you can find out those type of information that quick. And I, like you said, I was just pilling around and BSing. And was able to find out. I was like, okay, I wonder what's up with this Julius Chambers team out of Charlotte. And I mean, it was right at my fingertips. It didn't take nothing. It wasn't a situation where I had to have a notebook or I had to make copious notes. No, it was right there. So I'm just like even if ESPN like still do your due diligence, like research it. I understand like you want to hand it over to a third party company, but this makes you look even bad. Like, it's already bad enough, all the stuff that you're dealing with, especially just with all the people leaving, people going, people being reshaped or whatever, being remolded and kind of getting pushed out to the side. And now you look at this and now
pushing people around.
Right. I mean, yeah. Took the words out of my mouth, but yep. We already know how they go. But and then I also look at them now as it's just they don't have any credibility when it comes to preps now. So it's almost like I like if they have an ESPN top 300 list of prospects, I'm like, I don't even trust y'all because y'all let a team full with grown men, Junko age kind of kids play on your platform, on your channel. So
and that's why you have people like Bars and Cool and you, because it's time to stop looking at them and it's time to start watching Off the Ball Network. And I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? When I get to doing this work and I see all this stuff, man, people really digging down. Like, you don't even have to do that. Like, we should be able to go and Google something and see all these different podcasts and different things. So you get all the information. We got to stop looking at that channel. They don't even know what to do. They so lost and confused.
Right.
They still doing electric slide. I don't know what the hell going on.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You know?
Yeah, because that's something that's like something that you can just do. It don't even take. And that's the thing where the research does not take in anything. And even when you even I even looked them up on Max Preps, and it was empty. I mean, it's literally like even Max Preps. And that's elementary.
And Max Preps, we have everybody, bro. Like, I have a niece, right? Mm-hmm. She's in college now, but in high school, she played basketball in Sanford, North Carolina. You probably never heard of that city. But you can go to Max Preps and you can see her high school and see the players for all the years. Right. So if they got small places, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, and then you go on Max Preps and the profile is blank, bro, you should be worried. You should be worried. Right.
And that's why I'm like, and Max Preps is almost like literally, and I love Max Preps. Like I said, they got, and it's detailed. Like they got schedules, rosters, everything. That's literally elementary level research. Like you just go there, go Max Preps, look up the team and a zip code or whatever, and it's there. Like that should let me know. Like I looked at that. I looked at it on Max Preps. I'm like, this should have been a red flag to anybody. Like who was actually in the room actually researching these things? Because that would have been a red flag to me. Like even like you said, even the smallest schools. They have information. Like it's like I had we got like a school in Greensville, with Greensville County here in Virginia. And I mean they're a real small school. I know when their basketball season starts. I know when they got a game Friday night, football game. And this and the third. They're like a class 1A school in the state of Virginia. Like and we know that.
But it still got a profile on Max Preps though, right?
Right. Which I'm just crazy, like, it's bro.
So real question. Yeah. Do you really think ESPN didn't know? The more and more y'all talking, do you really think, or they just didn't care because they wanted to fill that slot?
They didn't care. I think they just
didn't care.
They didn't care. They wanted content. Because they looked at IMG Academy and like, okay, well, they're gonna beat them anyway. Right, they're gonna beat them anyway. So I mean.
And they probably said something during the game because the commentating was saying something. And now with Twitter and everything, things can trend just like that. As people talking about, like, man, we need to say something. Oh, we don't even know who they are. Oh man, they just they came out of nowhere. They lied, man.
And you see no one from that station is talking about it. No one on the network is talking about it at all. Everybody outside of the 4-letter word, they ain't talking about it.
Right.
They ain't talking about it, but everybody else is because it's and that just lets you know, like it's like all of it, all their scandals they don't talk about. Like I mean, it's like to me, it's almost like the Wendy Williams of entertainment. She'll talk about everybody else, but then when it's her situation, it's radio silent. Same thing go with ESPN. All this drama that
because they ain't even saying about Rachel Nichols. You know what I'm saying? They ain't saying about that. They just like whatever.
They just canned her show in the middle of the week. She was here one day at 3:30, then she gone tomorrow.
I ain't want to say nothing, but
you know what the reason behind it is, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why? I want to know. Tell me, cool. I want to know. I'm fishing.
So
reel it in.
According to what I researched, right? Basically, what happened is, in the bubble, Rachel Nichols was having some extramarital coitus with Lord Jimmy Butler and another player. And
keep that basically, don't say nothing.
Basically, attendant went to Jimmy Butler's room because there was a whole bunch of noises coming from his room, a whole bunch of banging and stuff. And my man takes a minute or so to get to the door, and he comes with his sweaty outfit on, his jersey and stuff, and his shorts, with his basketball, talking about he was dribbling his basketball in the room. But people were stating that they saw Rachel Nichols headed toward Jimmy Butler's room with him before that. So I mean,
damn, Jimmy, know what? See, I thought that he played so hard in that game, but when he got out that pulpit and he walked like he was about to fall, I see why now. Dang, Jimmy. I was just
Jimmy was doing some extra practicing.
Oh yeah, Jimmy was on some extracurriculars.
Yeah,
just real quick, man. How do y'all feel?
Second player too.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, they interested in that stuff.
Hey, man. Hey, don't say anything. As long as he ain't from Akron, I don't want you to. I'm cool. As long as you don't say it's that dude from Akron. That's all I'm saying. As long as you ain't saying it's that dude.
He don't get down like that. He ain't doing Savannah like that. He ain't making her look bad in public. If he gonna do some dirt, it's gonna be on the low, sneaky. Ain't nobody gonna find out.
Right. I'm just messing.
Yeah, if he does, it'd be a Fenty issue. But I digress.
I have a quick question. I mean, y'all might not care, but how do y'all feel that Stephen A., even though he said he was had surgery, that he wasn't there for Mac's last show?
I ain't surprised.
He ain't never liked Max. You could just tell.
The
chemistry was never like that.
Right.
And then after that, that's when Stephen A. tried doing his own thing with his own podcast, all that.
Right.
It wasn't like it was when Skip was there, you know?
Right. I got you.
Because because what it is, Max isn't as passionate as Skip was. So it's hard to find. And I know this is gonna really sound crazy, but you see how like him and Michael Irvin, because they both like passionate, even though both of them like literally get on my nerves, but they're like a match made in heaven because both of them are passionate. Max is like just melancholy, the social justice warrior, versus Stephen A. Smith is just like, just the passionate guy. Like, so that's why him and Skip really worked, because they were passionate about it. I think like with Max, you really just didn't care. Like he was just like, okay, here's a point. Like, okay, I'm gonna just say my point, but I'm not gonna be in your face. Like that's why I think the perfect match with him really was Will Kane. I really like him and Will Kane together because I think both of them, and I think Will Kane could challenge him, and Max not gonna challenge him because he's not as passionate. He's not gonna, he'll just, Stephen A. Smith, he'll just say a point, and you know how he goes so passionate. He takes it to another level, and Max just be like, okay, but yeah. But yeah, I get it. I mean, I think I necessarily say I just don't think they were a good match, and I think that's kind of one of the smartest moves that ESPN has done. Because I think putting him with Keyshawn and Jay Will, I think that's going to be. I think that's I like that. I like that. I would like that.
He'll be way better than Zubin.
Yeah, shout out to Zubin.
I mean, Zubin hasn't been on.
No. Zubin is good.
Yeah, Zubin is good
for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you look at him, right? Because they got a chill type vibe, and Zubin, like we were saying, he dressing like he coming across like it's an accountant, like he's acting like he's going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like versus Keyshawn, and they come in like with hoodies, like how we dressing, and then imagine when somebody come on this show with a sweater vest and some penny loafers, like
3-piece suit.
What are you doing? Right? Like, dude, what are you doing? We just here just chilling. Like barbershop type conversation, and you over here dressing like you about to shine somebody's shoes
with an ascot to match the socks and all that,
right? And that's fine, like for Sports Center and whatever. But like I said, his vibe was like the Sports Center, right. Doing that versus being there, where that was just a total. It's just a clash. It's just a clash of styles, and they thought that was gonna work, but it really didn't. But ESPN they stay taking L's.
And Kellerman's more like a, Kellerman's more like a stat guy, the facilitator, the guy to kind of make a show move. But you don't really want him as your counterpoint guy. Like that was the big problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I started watching
Stephen A. Smith won't have that.
No.
Yeah, I don't watch ESPN that much. I just see like little clips and they come up on Instagram. Like they've been lost me as somebody really watching less of sports.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's just like
Skip and Shannon.
That's a little different. Yeah, you get them, and they both passionate, and that's how that works because they're passionate.
But whoever is bringing their subjects up is horrible because you get tired of hearing, man. LeBron James done went from juicy fruit to double mint. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, back in 2017, he was eating Bubblicious. And he was shooting for 33. You know what I mean? You'd be like,
and I would like that too because it's a caricature. And then he really like a LeBron, and that's the thing. It's like he just brings up like illegitimate points sometimes. It's like skill. You know about LeBron, Ramon James.
Right, like, it's just too much, man.
Do not give Skip a pass, because if you bring up Tom Brady or Dakota Rain Prescott, that dude be about to lose his mind.
Yeah, right. He does, and I just like, and remember back in the day, like Oklahoma. Oh, he used to kill me with those Oklahoma takes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he always talk about Oklahoma. They used to get on my nerves. Like that was even when the point when they was really overrated. Like now you can kind of beat the drum for Oklahoma, but those years when he kept on talking about Oklahoma, like them ESPN days, you're like, dude, like let it go. And Lord, let Vanderbilt have a decent season. He'll be talking about Vanderbilt till they blew in the face. I'm like,
bro.
They barely beat LSU, and I'm like, dude, like, come on now, stop it.
If they win a basketball game, bro, you'd be like, bro, I'm not even watching First Take today because this dude is gonna come in with a Vanderbilt jersey, talking about they're gonna win the NCAA tournament. Come on, man.
Chill. Right, talking about something. Jared Stackhouse is the greatest coach since Greg Wood. He'll say Jared Stackhouse, John Wood, yeah, and I'm like, come on, bro. Yeah, I mean, he would say something like that too. But Skip, that's something. That's why I think the whole thing with Max really didn't work out, because he just not as passionate, and that's just and you can't force that passion on somebody, But yeah, but speaking of passion, bro, let's get into this NFC East, man. Let's get into this NFC East. Let's go. So our final divisional preview of the year, we had to save the best for last. So what is the biggest storyline in the NFC East? I'm gonna go with you, Cool. What you got?
So to me, the biggest storyline in the NFC East is how well all the people in the division, all the division teams, are going to play against the rest of the NFL. Because here's what's been happening the last 2-3 years when everybody's been clowning the NFC East. Every battle in the division is still a nice, tough battle most of the time, but we're not getting it done against the rest of the NFL. So my biggest storyline is how the teams are fair against the rest of the NFL. And I think we're going to start to see a little shift in that. And we're going to start to see us beat other teams outside of the divisions again, which is then going to inflate the win total, which is going to deflate some of this blatant disrespect.
Yeah, man. We're going to get them Chiefs. Balls, what you got?
My storyline really is there a championship winning defense in this division? Because if you look at all the teams aside from the Cowboys, hold that thought, Coach. I see you reacting already. Just hold that thought. You guys, yes, you have one of the best defenses in the entire league, not even the division. But is it enough to take you to a championship? Because let's be honest, Ryan Fitzpatrick, good quarterback. I love him. He ain't gonna win you a championship. He gonna need help to win a championship. You look at Dallas, we ain't even gonna talk about their defense. They're strictly offense. You look at Philly and you look at my New York Giants. Only way we have a shot is if those defenses step up and they become a championship caliber defense. So really, you're looking at this division. It's strictly defense. Cowboys are going to disappoint as always, so we don't really got to worry about their defense because everyone knows defense wins championships. So yes, you guys do have a championship caliber defense. It's just, is it going to take that next step, which you really need it to take? Although your offense wasn't great last year. It was average, but it was still good enough, and that defense was still good enough to get you almost to beat the Super Bowl winning champions. So can your defense take that one extra step to take you all the way, the same way that the Buccaneers defense helped bring them back into relevance? Because everyone was worried. You really had no worries about the offense because it was Tom Terrific. Let's be honest. You knew he was going to figure it out when it came time to play. So really is there a championship caliber defense in this division? And I believe so. And honestly, you can look, and like I said, 3 of the teams in this division, and there's a high chance you're looking at one.
Yeah.
That's a good storyline. I like that one.
I like
both
that.
of y'all.
Yeah, I do like that. Yeah. What you got, Maui?
My storyline in question kind of like I could flip them, but I think I'm going to say this. Like, to me, the storyline is which quarterback is going to step up to lead their team. I feel like Dak done got paid. Dak should be able to do it. But when I was doing my little read up today, I was more or less, there was like, is Hurst going to be the future quarterback? Is, you know, is Daniel Jones the guy? Is Don Decton got paid? Is he going to be, before he got hurt, he was on his way. They should have won the division if more likely if he'd played, you know what I mean? And then is Fitzpatrick really going to be able to, because, you know, he's, even though he's a roller coaster. He's up and down. So is he really going to be able to help y'all get where y'all need to be at? Because the defense is lethal to me. I told you last year, didn't I, Coach?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I told you last year. I said, I said, wow, that's a different speed. You know what I mean? So my storyline is, for me, is I want to see what quarterback is really going to step up. Because I believe whatever quarterback really step up and lead their team, most likely going to win that division, because we already know, like you said, the Giants' defense is pretty good, and the Redskins definitely.
Yeah. My biggest storyline: can the Washington football team repeat as back-to-back NFC East champions? Like in the first time in 17 years, as Cool's Philadelphia Eagles won back-to-back in 03 and 04. Can this team sustain that streak? You know, it's been 17 years, you know, where we haven't had a repeat champion. But I think this is the year that does potentially happen. So, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing what you said. Yeah. I'm laughing at your face and your smile like, yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, you know.
You know.
And I think Coach never says it with his chest. He likes to sneak it in and just throw a smile in right after.
Yeah.
Put a smile on it and slide it in there. Yeah.
He's a liver puncher. Like it's the punches you don't even see coming. Like,
yeah, you know. I definitely think they have what it takes, and I think I know that we say that the biggest question mark was like Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I just really look at this team where you think about, even as far as how we won last year. I mean, we played 4 quarterbacks, so to me, and one of them, and it's no disrespect, but it's the truth. So one of our quarterbacks played with one leg, essentially. So James Barcia.
I mean, you're not lying.
The best quarterback in the division last year.
And that's what and that's what you said. And now you get, and he was the most productive. And you think about it, I think he had less than 1,500 yards. I think he had 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And that was the best quarterback in his division. So just imagine you're going to have an improved quarterback play.
I just want to say that if you watched the PlayCallers last year when we did our previews, I said Alex Smith is going to be the starter, and Alex Smith is going to win games. And if he gets that job in time, the football team going to win the division because he's the best quarterback in the division. I said that. Now, I'm going to say something different on this show. If Ryan Fitzpatrick is your quarterback, you are not winning the division. Now, if one of those other guys step up, or y'all go grab Cam, or y'all find a diamond in the rough and put him out there, you do have a good defense. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to give you 5 games where you're going to be like, yeah. But unfortunately, it's a 17-game season. So you're going to have problems in the other 12 with Ryan Fitzpatrick as your quarterback.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a rebuttal to you, Cam. Cool. I'm going to give you a rebuttal. Cool. Oh my God. This whole Cam Newton thing is not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. Cool. I'm going to tell you that right now. We got 3 quarterbacks. Like what they say in Atlanta, we full. Like we good. Like there's no way that, unless bar anything catastrophic where 2 guys get hurt, Cam Newton's not going to be on this team. You already got 2 guys that's in Scott Turner's offense. So you gonna get another one too on top of that? No. Like and Cal Allen, think about it. Cal Allen and Cam Newton was available at the same time last year. Who did they pick?
Well, technically they weren't. Technically, they weren't because the Panthers didn't release Cam until real late. They kind of screwed him over. But I will say this. I think the best quarterback you can have is on your roster, but he's your backup. I think your backup is better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. But all I'm saying to you is, if Ryan Fitzpatrick is your quarterback for the entire season, it's not going to be good for you offensively. That's all I'm saying.
Just to throw on to that, Coach. I always say it. You hate me, but it's a fact. And my man's 18-year career now. Made the playoffs once. It could be. Listen, that Jets team was really good. You could sit here and tell me it wasn't as good. He had 2,000-yard receivers on that team. I'm saying he had weapons to make a playoff. He hasn't done it yet. And people are forgetting that he's a roller coaster player because they kept taking him in and out last year. So Tua looking iffy made Ryan Fitzpatrick look a lot better. I'm just saying.
No, but you know why they got rid of Ryan Fitzpatrick? Because of the Tua situation. Because I think if they would have kept Ryan Fitzpatrick in the field, because remember, it was right before their bye week, or might have been at their bye week. They were a game away from making the playoffs. And I guarantee you, if he would have played down that stretch, he might have won in Buffalo. Potentially.
You don't even sound confident saying that.
I just said that.
He might have won.
I'm saying it right.
Potentially.
I mean, he had a legitimate shot. Remember, he didn't make it because of COVID. But I'm saying this guy was like, this man got benched in the second half of the season because they was like, look, we want to see what we got in Tua because we got obviously the multiple first round picks to see what we got. But I gotta remember, he played pretty good in that first half when he was there. Like him getting benched wasn't warranted at that point. We can agree on that, right?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Cool,
but
cool. Come on now, cool.
They knew it was coming.
So,
of course.
That's what I'm saying. You know it's coming with this particular individual. He does not produce for a whole season.
Okay.
All I'm saying.
So you don't want Cam Newton? I'm just asking you. I ain't talking about Cam. I'm asking you.
No. I don't. No, I don't. I think what we got, like, and actually to Cool's point, there was a reason why they signed Taylor Heineke for 2 years. There's a reason for that, and only giving Fitzpatrick 1 year because I think he's the future of this. He's the future quarterback on this team. I think he's going to be the future QB1 of this team because obviously he's a part of Scott Turner's offense in Carolina. So to me, that's who's going to be the quarterback in 2022. And like
so
you said,
I think confidence that he will lead your team. That's your future starting quarterback.
Who, Taylor Heineke?
Yeah,
I think so. And I think they did that strategically. And I think it's almost. I'm not even gonna say it's almost like similar to Miami situation. I think like Ryan Fitzpatrick is gonna be the bridge guy. Like to me, and it might be a situation where he might not even play the entire season.
Because that makes a lot of sense.
Because you think about it, he's only on a 1 year deal. So it ain't like we got him locked up long term. So that lets you know already then and there, like, boom, like that's not gonna be there for certain. But so that's my biggest issue. I think with the whole thing with Cam Newton, I think the issue with Cam Newton is he's gonna have to start. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to start. And we know he ain't gonna start on this team.
He ain't starting nowhere, damn near. Telling you.
Right. So and then you already
there's a few teams he's better than, but not much.
Yeah, he better, but they not going. It's a negotiation. He's not going to start. He can probably play and eventually get the starting job, but I don't. I think it's a commitment thing.
You're not going to bring him in.
Mentally,
you're not going to bring him in.
You're not going to bring him in because he's a third fiddle. He's a third fiddle here on his team. As far as when we come to a hierarchy, as far as quarterbacks, like as far as from a stature standpoint, it's at this point it's Taylor Heineke is 1, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is 2, and then Cam will probably be 3rd. As far as the popularity, because we all know like the backup quarterback is your most popular quarterback on your team. So just imagine this. He'll be like third in that line. But yeah, I think the way they had it structured, Taylor's going to be the starting quarterback for this team next year. I guarantee you, unless they get a steal in the draft or trade up to get somebody in the draft. But I think it's going to be this Taylor Heinicke's team going
so
forward.
You have confidence that y'all win a division with him like y'all did last year?
With Taylor Heinicke?
I think what I'm saying is you look at him, if you have him starting, you look at him as taking y'all to the Super Bowl or just winning the division?
I think we can win the division and have somewhat of a deep run in the playoffs. I think we can have a home playoff game once again.
It's a great answer.
Potentially, and could potentially make it to the divisional round. But yeah.
Okay.
And that's all you really ask for at this point. And then from there you'll figure it out. Like that's the thing about it too, where you'll figure out what kind of quarterback you do have. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if we do make the playoffs and then lose again in the wild card, honestly. Then from there you just go back to the building blocks because you still have your defense intact up until about 20. What Chase would be up in 2024. Montez be up in 2023. So as long as you get something in between that window, because I know we're not gonna be able to pay Montez big money because we already got Jonathan locked up. We're gonna lock Chase up, and we're gonna have to lock up Terry. So I mean, so you got a little bit of time to kind of have a little wiggle room. Like so, I say we probably got about a 3 to 4 year window before we had to start making some like some legitimate franchise altering changes. So yep. So next one, let's see what we got here. The biggest question in the NFC East. I'm gonna go with you first. Cool, what you got?
So my biggest question is, which receiving core is going to step up and be the big dogs in the division this year? As you know, the Philadelphia Eagles have a real young receiving core. Our stupid decision makers decided to put our best receiver on the practice squad from last year. Very wise decision. Don't mean that at all. If you look at the other teams, they all have really good, solid players, right? They all have really.
Oh, that cool. So we lost Cool for. We'll get him back in the queue. Bars, what you got? Bars, what's your biggest question in the NFC East?
He disappeared just like them Eagles receivers. You just don't see him. My biggest question, though, for this season is, I'm going to say it again once he get here. Don't worry. I feel bad now. My biggest question is, who are the quarterbacks of 2022? Once again, aside from Dallas, if you can't tell, like any loyal Giants fan, hate Dallas, don't even want to talk about it. But who are the QBs of 2022? You already went into it, Coach. Brian Fitzpatrick, he's only on a 1 year, $10 million deal. Yeah. He's definitely not in your future plans. If you guys, let's say you guys do make a deep playoff run, somehow make it to the NFC Championship, but you lose there. Maybe you give him another year. But realistically, like you said, Coach, you said you got a 3 to 4 year window. I think personally you guys have more of a 2 to 3 year window, just due to the fact of you named off the top of your head like 5 people you guys got to pay. And you probably got to pay like 3 or 4 other ones who are core players. So that's why I think your window's a little smaller because you still got, let's just say, Antonio Gibson. You just paid Curtis Samuel. You just paid William Jackson. You got a lot of heads you got to pay. So there's probably going to be a couple casualties here and there. Yeah. You look at the Eagles. They don't even know who their quarterback is of 2021 because it could be Hurts. It could be Minshew. Yeah. It could even be Joe Flacco for all we know. Perfect timing. Just started talking about the Eagles. Cool. If you want to go ahead, get back into your point, I'll let you finish your point. I'll continue mine, or I can.
No. I'll allow you to finish your point, man. I'll come after. It's all good.
All right. So once you disconnected, I did say you disappeared just like the Eagles receivers do. Starts. But back to my point. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, We have no idea who their quarterback is going into this season. We have 3 candidates who it could be. It could be Jalen Hurts. I'm not buying it. Could be Gardner Minshew, who I actually think before the show started, you were saying he's a backup. He could be a backup. I think he's better than Hurts right now. I think he's going to end up being your starter. And you got your third quarterback, Joe Flacco, who before the Minshew trade started, I thought Joe Flacco was going to end up starting week 8 or something. Hurts was going to lose the job, and Joe Flacco was going to take over. That was my personal opinion. But now that Minshew's here, it's looking like Minshew's going to take over. And last but not least, you have my New York Giants with Daniel Jones, who I personally, I've been saying it for years, I don't think he's the answer. I think he has talent. He could have ended up being something, but probably not on this team because we just don't have the offensive line to give him enough time to make things happen. He has talent to be a great quarterback. Just he doesn't learn from his decision making. You see him repeat the same mistakes over and over again, and you can't tell if that's from the offensive line or the fact he didn't have weapons. I think it was the line, but regardless, I don't think it's the solution. I think we're going to use that first-round pick we got from Chicago this year, hopefully package it up, move up, trade for Watson, something, I don't know. But I believe New York Giants are going to have a different quarterback in 2022.
Okay.
And then, Dak Prescott, he's staying. My man got paid.
Yeah, cool.
So let me before I go any further, I'm going to finish my point. I know I got cut off so you guys didn't get to hear it. But I was saying which receiver group is going to step up is my big question for the NFC East, because all of these quarterbacks that we're referring to, some being referred to disrespectfully, one of the things is who are you throwing the ball to, who's going to step up. Now, I will say in the past, the Eagles have had some very lackluster wide receivers. I have cursed them many times because of it. I have campaigned to have Howie Roseman removed from office many times. It doesn't work because clearly he has some very strong dirt on the owner. And apparently J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has been privy to this information because he somehow continues to make the team. But outside of that, I think you look at the football team, good, solid, possible group of receivers. Adding Chris Humphries was a good move for you guys to go with, Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin. Obviously the Giants, you added Galladay. Any offense that you put Galladay in is going to make that offense better. The Cowboys, they have a quality group, but last time I checked, they still have the same coach. And as long as he's the coach, it's just not going to work, especially with no defense, which he doesn't care about. So he doesn't care about the running game or defense. So as long as he's there, those aspects of the team are not going to be as good as they need to be. So they're not going to be a huge concern. So I think it's the receiving group is important. And I just want to say a lot of people have really been down on Jalen Hurts. And that's okay, right? And it's not a personal thing. I don't think anybody says, oh, this dude can't be an NFL quarterback. But you saw him play for a very lackluster team last year with the crybaby quarterback who's a sissy. Now on another team, hurt as usual. Try to come in and play behind that with all the negativity that he brought into the organization and still be decent, right? So I think you give him a full offseason as the guy. And let's be honest, let's be clear. You can have any delusions you wanted to anybody besides Jalen Hurts was going to be the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, but they showed you in every practice, they showed you in every joint practice that he was the guy. He was the guy taking all the reps with the number ones. He was the guy working out with his wide receivers and tight ends in the offseason. He's the guy. Now, as far as Gardner Minshew goes, great backup. Glad that we have him. If Hurts does get hurt, we have someone that could come in and be better than Flaccid Flacco. And that's all I'm going to say on that particular issue.
I tell you, man, don't sleep on my wide receiver core, man. Wide receiver core.
Ain't no sleep on your wide receivers, bro.
I know, yeah, you're right. Cool. I know, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's a group. We got a good group.
The Giants got a pretty good group. They had somebody throwing the ball.
Huh? He said we deep.
We deep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. He's
we gonna. Yeah, man. We're gonna show our core, big time. Maui, what you got? The biggest question in the division.
My biggest question really is with Dak being back, is the Cowboys gonna win the division? Because when I look at it, he is probably the biggest quarterback in y'all division. He should be able to lead them, even though all this stupid stuff. I'm so tired of the Cowboys, man. It's always a coaching issue or this and that. Man, Dak is back. Dak got paid. Now, when Dak was there, CeeDee Lamb got, with 5 games, he got 29 receptions, 433 yards, and 2 TDs. But Dak being there, I think he's going to be a monster. Amari Cooper, I am not a Cowboy fan, so this is really hurting my stomach. Amari Cooper, you know what I'm saying, he's, you know, people don't talk about him much, but I just think with Dak being back, hopefully Zeke get back the way he is, and I'm going to see if they going to be able to step up, because y'all division can easily, anybody can go. You know what I mean? Like something could slip up, and then all of a sudden, damn, the Giants done won the division. And the Giants, history knows, is one of them teams, and the Eagles is one of them teams. They get in there, all of a sudden, they done made some type of adjustments, and they in the damn Super Bowl. How in the hell did they get there? You know what I'm saying? Who would have thunk it? It come out of nowhere sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's really my biggest question. By Dak being back, he done got paid. Okay, now Dak, do what you're supposed to do. I really don't have any faith in them winning the division, though. So that's my biggest question. I also don't think, because I think it's the same soap opera stuff. Like, I'm like, why are they even on Hard Knocks? You know what I mean? Everybody know when your team is on Hard Knocks, you might as well just, you know what I mean? You ain't even interested. It's the Cowboys. Cowboys ain't about winning the division.
I just say that's like a 10-year contract with Hard Knocks and just be on there every year.
Me too. Be on there every year. I'm cool with it. I don't have HBO either, so good. One less view.
So to me, that's my biggest question, because I'm telling you, anything can happen in y'all division.
You're right, man. As far, my bad.
All right, you good. I'm good. I'm gonna keep it short, man. Y'all real fans of y'all teams.
You're right. Like you said,
I do have a question for Bars, because you're a Giant fan. Actually, all three of you guys. Do you really think Galladay should have got $18 million?
I'll be honest. I didn't like how high it was, but we had to do it because we needed to give no excuses to Daniel Jones. So it was a little higher than I would have liked, especially due to the way the market was looking. Because he easily could have got like 13 to 15 mil, and he still would have been the highest paid receiver this offseason. But if he wanted 18, you had to do it, because essentially it's not only Daniel Jones. You're looking at David Gettleman too. And if this doesn't work out, they're both out the door, and it's going to be the Joe Judge era. And the Lord and Savior is going to come. He's going to make his ruling, get his quarterback. It's going to be amazing. I see you rolling your eyes over there, Coach, but it's all right, because when Ryan Fitzpatrick makes you guys lose the playoffs in Week 18, we're going to be over here, all right? Kenny Golladay is going to be catching the game-winning touchdown to secure the division.
What about have y'all paid Barkley yet? You haven't paid Barkley yet, right?
Trade him.
Thinking about
trade him. Let him have a great year. Trade him. I'm trading everybody.
Okay, Bars.
Okay.
When we come in January 9th, y'all better put plastic all over that locker, because we're gonna have our champagne, our 2021 NFC East champions hats and shirts.
They won't. They're gonna be coming off of L the week before.
Get that locker room ready for us. Get that locker room ready. Get your equipment, guys. Put some extra plastic all over the lockers and everything, because we're gonna have a celebration. We giving out game balls to everybody that night. So watch out.
They're gonna be celebrating second place in the division.
Week 18.
Here's one for James Bradbury. Here's one for Dory Jackson.
Week 18. Y'all better get out those goggles. Give us the most finest champagnes and celebratory wines. All that. Get it ready for us, Bars. Put it on ice right now. Let it cool for the next 4.5 months. Okay.
And then it'll be wasted. Straight wasted.
Okay. Yo. All right. So the biggest question mark for me is Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is he the future quarterback of the New York Giants. Daniel Jones is one of those guys, like we talked about, it's a contract year. It's one of those where hey, this is a make or break year for him. This could be a situation where he can get the bag, as the young kids say, or it's a make or break year for him. And a weird thing, Bars, like we said, on this preview, we want to be transparent. So I'm gonna have some transparent moments as the night progresses. A lot of it's kind of filled with a little bravado a little earlier, but now we kind of do a little kind of like transparency moments here and there. But don't if you do clip it, don't clip it out of context. But Daniel Jones, in theory, and we talked about this on the show once before, and shout out to our guy Rob. So he was on the show one time, and I was telling him how Daniel Jones low-key lives in my mind rent-free. Now, Daniel Jones, obviously, I'm a UNC Tar Heel fan. So Daniel Jones played at Duke. Every year he started, he beat us. He beat us our sophomore, junior, and senior year. And he's beat my Washington football team every time he's played.
Wow. He's
undefeated. Like, I've never, Daniel Jones has always beat my two favorite teams.
Like
I don't know what on earth is going on.
It's can he put it all together? That's really the only question. Because even shout out to Morning Brew with Stu, because Stu, he talked about Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Daniel Jones as an athlete. Just the player and the decision making he makes is the questionable part. He had the excuse of not having weapons. Everyone knows that. He has the excuse of not having a line. But the line now is, honestly, I can't even say it's decent because I saw the preseason. It ain't looking decent.
It's not.
If they before the preseason happened, if the line was to step up the way that everyone thought they were, because they did step up a little bit towards the end of the season, if they're to just play not average, slightly below average. That's all we need them to play, because right now they're god awful. Just slightly below average. And now with his new weapons, Daniel Jones can really show if he's the quarterback to keep taking you guys on or not. So like I said, I've just seen him repeat the same mistake so many times. Like, I'll see him go for an outside route, hit it into right there, and then next play he won't make the into, but he'll throw the same exact one and it just bounces off the defender's hands. It's like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, he's predictable. So can he put it together? And if he can't put it together, unfortunately, he's gonna live rent free in not only your mind, Coach, but a lot of other people's
minds. Yeah. And you know what's crazy about all this stuff when I'm thinking about it? Like, remember when we did the trash talking on Jelani's show, right? And remember how our Philly guy on that show had connection issues, and then now Cool having those now. It's so weird though. Like, what's going on? Like, it's like that's so wild. But what's going on, Cool? You back?
Yeah, bro, man. I'm sitting here I'm sitting here with my internet connection, acting like it's the Dallas Cowboys defensive back, bro. I don't know what's going on.
That part. Exactly. You acting like how they was playing against Cleveland.
How they playing against everybody.
Right. Right. But yeah, man. Well, yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. So, fellas, the breakout player in the NFC East. I'm gonna go with you first. Cool. Who's your breakout player?
It's a tie. And both of them are Eagles.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Let's go.
Okay. Cool. And want to elaborate, or are you good?
Jalen Hurts is going to throw for 3,000 yards. He's going to run for another 7.
Oh my God, where's my vodka? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Devontae Smith is going to have 1,200 yards as a rookie with the Chris route running, as long as he can stay healthy. And everybody that's been running around talking about Jalen Hurts is not the guy, and they don't know if he's the guy. He's going to zip it all up this year. His play on the field is going to do it. I don't need to defend the man. He can do it himself on the field. Let's go.
Cool. What you got? Cool. What you got?
Cool. Just what?
I mean, Bars. Bars.
I don't know. Bars. What you got? My bad. I don't know what.
I got 2 players. I'm going to go with the one on my team. I'm going to tell you my second player, Coach. If you had him, I'm going to let you take him. But I want to go into this player as well. But my player, my number one guy is Xavier McKinney. My second guy is William Jackson III. Let me know if you're going to talk about your man's, coach, because if not, I'll talk about him too. Yeah. But Xavier McKinney, people forgetting he was an early second-round pick last year that everyone, when the draft started, said he could have been a first-round pick. His name is little known now because, well, one, he was on the injury reserve most of the season, but in the 6 games he played, he only started in 4. And, of course, they brought him in easy. He only had like 20% of the snap rates, but in the last 2 games, he had 68% and he had an 80% snap percentage on defense. And those were 2 of his best games. The one where he had 80%, my man's had an interception, and he knew exactly you saw the pass coverage. He looked like Landon Collins 2.0 because he could cover the box. He was a great tackler, except he could actually cover. That was the difference. That's Landon Collins' biggest flaw. I know you know that, coach. And I get excited. I drop my mic sometimes, but that's how excited McKinney gets me right now. Because there's nothing I love more coming out of a draft than when you see an Alabama defensive back, because everyone knows that is defensive back factory. No matter who comes out there, if they're a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, or a defensive back, they're going to be filthy from Alabama. And it just shows when Xavier McKinney was out there on the field. He has the instincts. He has the build to be one of the best safeties, not only in the division, but in the league, because that man is just something different. You see it. And secondly, my second guy, William Jackson III, he's been in the league 5 years already. He was a first-round pick in 2016. He unfortunately played for the Cincinnati Dukies, the Bengals. And they weren't a great team. Everyone knows that defense has no pass rush. He had no help else on the secondary or at the second level with linebackers. He actually chose Washington just because of your guys' line. He actually started trash talking Cincinnati already, saying his job's about to be so much easier, because everyone knows a defensive back's best friend is a good pass rush, because that takes less time off their hands from guarding. You could be the best defensive back in the world. You could be Revis Island. But after 5 seconds, you're not going to keep defending a wide receiver, because you can't stick to somebody that long. You need your pass rush to help you. So what better way than to pick someone who played almost 80%, I believe it was, man-to-man coverage on defense. And he's going to help the Washington football team as well, because you guys played a lot of zone coverage because you didn't have a guy who could play man-to-man like William Jackson. So the fact that he's going to be able to be there and switch up your packages, because towards the end of the season, even Ron Rivera said your blitzes were kind of becoming predictable because you could read the zones and everything. You have someone who can lock down one side of the field or just lock down the number 1 wide receiver. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he wins Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yeah, and we kept on saying that was the biggest acquisition, like you said. And like you said, we were just victims to the run, and people, like you said, we became predictable at the end. Obviously, as far as our run defense, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. So, and that was one of those. It was a bargain value, which I liked about that situation, where we got them at a good price versus how we used to kind of overspend on guys. This offseason was just totally different. It shocks you, because you're like, you were responsible. You were fiscally responsible, and you filled your needs. That's why when you see those moves, I was, initially I was befuddled. Like, they're making smart moves. Like, we're not like going for like the big names and overpaying.
And that's the craziest part too, is you're saying you got them for a bargain. That's how you could tell a good franchise from a bad one. Because Cincinnati, they could have afforded him, but they said, nah, you know what? We're going to take 2 guys who could start on both sides for the same price. And they're clearly nowhere near the same talent. So they were just bargain bin shopping or something. I don't even know what they were at. They were at Dollar General while it was the clearance sale or something.
Exactly.
Hey, Bars, I had a quick question for you, bro. Do you think that McKinney's going to take out Logan Ryan for the starting spot at free safety?
Nah, I think Logan – it's going to be interchangeable. I really think Logan Ryan is going to be more of our starting nickel back. I see them just – McKinney could play like a hybrid linebacker safety position. It's going to be a lot of different packages, because we're deep in secondary, because we also did just draft that kid out of UFC, I think it was, in the 3rd or 4th round. And so it's – usually we're very short at corner because we get a lot of injuries, but this year we actually have wealth of corners. So I believe we're going to see a bunch of packages. It's going to be a whole bunch of nickels in there. You're going to see even probably 3 safeties in the backfield, something crazy like that. It's Patrick Graham. Thank God this man didn't take a new coaching job and decide to stick with us. I think you're about to see some magic on that defense.
Yeah, big time. Yo, we got Maui. You break out playing.
I got two. I'm gonna say my first one, but I really don't think it's gonna be him. I put CD Lamb, like I said, with Dak being there. I think he's gonna really show out. But I'm giving it to Jamin Davis. I really feel like I feel like when I was looking at the day, and I was like, damn. So if they double team anybody on that line, here he come. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm picking, man. So that's basically it, man. I ain't got nothing else.
And I also got two. I gotta give Cool some love for real. Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has what it takes to be a starting quarterback in this league. He showed flashes. I was definitely impressed, especially his first start against New Orleans. And and then let me be real with you. I think he played pretty well in the season finale. I think if he would have stayed in that game, but thank you, Doug, and thank you, Nate, because that's why I got a championship shirt. I got a shirt and a hat for you. Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Nate. Like let's keep it a buck. But he was doing this thing. He was pretty much not exposing us, but he pretty much was he was doing this thing in that game, and then to bench him in that moment was kind of a head turning thing. Which, like I said, that's another thing too. Where, and I think I didn't think that was appropriate at that particular time because that would have been I think if they would have won that game, obviously that would have gave him confidence going into the next season. With that, so I definitely think he's gonna definitely and like you said, what he dealt with last year. I mean, Nick Sirianni. I mean, we joke, we lament, rock paper scissors, Men's Warehouse. I mean, all kind of jokes that we say about him, but you're hoping that he can kind of help him as far as we think about. He was a part of the Indianapolis staff. He was their offensive coordinator, and obviously they did get some production from Phillip Rivers and crew. So you're looking at he can kind of transfer that over. So I think he's somewhat in a better situation. And I think as far as the confidence level, I think he'll be somewhere where he can feel comfortable. And like we talked about Gardner Minshew, which is more so, I think more of an indictment of Joe Flacco than actual Jalen Hurts himself. Because like we all know, you need a backup, especially the Eagles. The Eagles know that firsthand. Because essentially, if they didn't have a backup, they have Foles, they'll still be the ringless team potentially. I mean, no offense, cool, but you just this was my banter. Yeah, see, exactly. So it's right. So they know out of all people the importance of a backup quarterback, and I think Gardner Minshew will be a guy if, like you were saying earlier, cool. If something happened to Jalen Hurts health wise, he can come in and kind of fill in that spot. And then I think this, like you said, that other one's gonna be part of my bias, but Adam Humphries. I think he's gonna emerge as he's gonna be our slot receiver. I think he's gonna definitely be a really intriguing. I think he could be a potential matchup headache, for opposing defenses. I think he's gonna have that ability. I'm really hoping we get the Tampa Bay Adam Humphries, the one that was on the verge of having 1,000-yard seasons. In Tampa Bay, hopefully we get that production, and then and even just an extension of the wide receiver core. We talked about Terry, Curtis. Then also you got to watch another guy, Damani Brown, that hails out of the University of North Carolina. I think so you're gonna have some y'all gonna have some sleepless nights potentially. Worry about that wide receiver core. I'm just saying.
I haven't heard you shout out who I think actually might break out above Adam Humphries. No offense, coach. Is
who you
Logan
got?
Thomas? I think.
Tight end. Yeah. He's gonna be a threat.
Love his tight ends.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be the. Yeah. What?
I said, especially with Ryan Fitz, no magic.
Okay. All right. Your quarterback wear jorts. Your quarterback wear jorts.
Hey, you know what? You know what though?
Yeah.
He gonna win more than 5 games, and he ain't gonna choke.
Gone to Minshew?
Nah, the one you was just praising, that one. That one. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Jalen gonna be all right though. I think Jalen gonna be solid. I don't know. This gonna be a difficult year for him. This gonna be kind of one of the things where we're just gonna see, because like we said, we make the jokes about Nick Sirianni, and I just really want to see if these jokes hit, because I mean the whole rock paper systems. So rock paper scissors systems and Men's Warehouse. So it's just
he deserves every joke that y'all got.
Yeah.
And I got a few more. Yeah. Trust me. He deserves them all. But at the end of the day, I will say this. He got up in Jalen Reagor in practice. He got up in him hard. And Jalen Reagor been performing since then. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
I'll give him that. Yeah, I'll give him that. And I think when we look at the division seriously, I think if the Giants had a better quarterback or y'all had a better quarterback, this would be a way more competitive division. And it's not a knock, because, I mean, you both got talent. You both got good defenses. I think the problem that you both have is at the quarterback position right now. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is going to be great, but at the end of the day, he still got to go show it. And you notice, and I'll call myself out, my bars for him were pretty low. You know what I'm saying? 3,000 yards in the day's NFL, it's not a high bar. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that's all you really need him to do. You don't want him to go out there and try to be a 4,000 or 5,000 yard quarterback, because that's when you're going to start getting turnovers. That's when you're going to start getting the defenses kind of masking coverages on him and making him make poor throws by showing him one thing and then doing another thing. So you want to keep that low. And we got a good backfield. So let them boys get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's play a little bit of that control. If you push us to make Jalen beat you, we'll beat you with Jalen. But if you don't push us to make Jalen beat you, we're going to try to hit you with that all-around game this year. He laughing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
You got to be real though. You got to be real.
I'm just smiling, dude.
You gotta be optimistic. Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, that's me being real. That's me being real.
Yeah.
That's the homer aside for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
he said, you know what I'm saying? It's September 1st.
I'm serious. Yeah, you gotta. I'm saying, this the time to be out. You know, now October 1st might be a different story. November 1st, December 1st.
Yeah, it could be rough.
I know it could be a situation, right? I'm like, October 1st. Who knows what can happen between now and October 1st.
Well, I know one thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Dallas Cowboys head coach is going to ruin them, as he does everywhere he goes.
Man. Yeah, man, that man still smashing watermelons.
And I hope they sign him to a 10-year extension this season.
Yeah, that's why I was heartbroken that Jason Garrett left. I was like, man, keep the good times rolling. Keep the clap going.
Take them back if they want them.
Like, make America clap again. I'm like, yes, go keep him. Bro, I even wanted him to go to the Giants. I was like, bro, let him go. Let him go to the Giants again. Let him go back. Let him go back to the Giants. I was like, I need Jason Garrett.
I tried lying to myself last year, and then once I was watching the offense, I was like, I knew this was coming. Why'd I do that to myself?
Yeah. I know, man. I was like, look, man, we need this man in our division. At
least you didn't sign him as your head coach. You know what I'm saying? At least you didn't do that.
Correct. And I thought that was gonna happen.
I was scared.
I know, right? I was like, oh boy. But that would have been comedy. But
But now we got a Hall of Fame bound coach on the throne about to take us back. You know, I'm about to watch my 3rd championship in my life. It's gonna be all right. We're good.
But I do want to shout out to the Giants, though, man. Because if the Giants had never gave us their blueprint of how you can get to the Super Bowl after having like a so-so season, you know what I'm saying, we may not have won. So
I put all the money on the Eagles on that Super Bowl because I was telling everybody, I was like, this is exactly the same team the Giants had when we beat the Patriots.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
It was ridiculous the amount of money I put on them. I was upset they won. Don't get me wrong, because I'm sorry, Coach. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. You wanted the Eagles to lose because you didn't want them to feel that feeling of us.
Oh,
you know?
No, I actually. You know what's so funny? I knew they was going to do it because they had the offense to match up with them. Because I actually had Nick Foles being Super Bowl MVP. I got that. I'll pull that back up. But I had them because I figured they were a matchup problem. And it's funny because I kind of compared. I think it was a matchup that y'all had against each other that year, and it was like I was like they can match up with the Patriots, and I even said even offensively because I was like because the biggest thing was just how everything happened. I think when I looked at the situation against Atlanta, I think that was the closest game that season as far as from the playoffs.
I was scared
if Julio would have caught that, if Julio would have caught that, then that's a different story. But then everything else you rolled. I think what was the telling one was against Minnesota in the NFC Championship. That's when I really my antennas went up because at that time Minnesota's coming off that Minnesota Miracle against New Orleans. So I'm thinking to myself, there's no way it's destined for Minnesota to make the playoff. I mean, to make the Super Bowl and have actually a home playoff game, which now Tampa Bay has that title now. But I knew for certain I was like, this is gonna be Minnesota, and then y'all just came out from the jump, and just blew the roof off them. But Jabars, I'm sorry, but Mario Manningham isn't walking through that door. David Tyree's not walking through that door.
It's all right. We're good. Kenny Galladay walking through that door. He's gonna bring it right in. Catching one hand, ball in the other. We gonna be all right.
Yeah, Eli ain't walking through that door.
Man, I'm trying not to say anything, but I'm gonna wait to the end because it's one thing to write down the paper, but my gut and instincts is telling me something else. But I'm gonna hold it until the end. We do our prediction. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, fellas. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And Coach know it. He don't want to say that. Usually, my predictions come true. I predicted they was gonna win the division off a small little 30-second something that I saw, and I was like, "Yo, your defense looks scary." And I'm arguing with his homeboy, who's a Cowboy fan. I wasn't even being disrespectful. You know what I mean? I told them last year about playoff Rondo. I told them. They thought because remember you hurt his finger? I told them. Nobody wanted to listen. You know what I mean? So I got the same thing. I got something. The whole day, my gut's been saying this. But it's weird because what I wrote down is the complete opposite of what my gut is saying. So I'm going to hold it. That's why I'm quiet. I want to say something so bad. I'm going to hold it.
So, fellas, the dark horse team in the NFC East. I'm going to go with you first. Bars, what you got?
I think it's going to be my New York Giants solely because it depends on Daniel Jones. Because of this man, we could either be the 4th best team in the division or we could be the best team in the division. There is literally no one knows where the Giants strictly because of this man.
Yeah. What you got, Cool?
You know who my dark horse team is? It's the Philadelphia Eagles. You doubt us, but when we doubted, that's when we the best. You think about last year, we came out, everybody was talking about how the Eagles was going to win the division. They was all this, they was great, they was this and that. And what happened? Garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. But now we back to, had a bad season. People don't believe in us. We got a couple of games against that should be easier based on where we finished versus some other teams. So I think we're gonna make it happen this year and surprise some people, even some Eagles fans.
Okay. What you got, Maui?
My gut feeling. My gut feeling, since I forgot the dark horse team.
Yeah, dark
so my
horse,
gut feeling, my dark horse team is actually my gut feeling that I believe, and I don't have it written down that they're gonna win a division, but I got them winning. I got them going deep in the playoffs farther than the person that wins the division championship. Though that's what's weird, and that's the Giants.
How you doing?
I can't get it out of my head, B. Like it's burning. Like I'm sitting here like. Man, I'm seeing like they played like they said Daniel Jones needed weapons. They paid that dude. Barkley need to get paid. Daniel Jones need to get paid. And I'm just sitting here like the defense. They got some dudes on their defense, and I'm sitting here like, man, they might do it. It might be one of them things where it come out of nowhere because nobody's really expecting them to do anything. Like. For real, even though the Eagles got Hurts, I feel like everybody would if Hurts go out there and do well, they wouldn't be shocked. Like, but I don't think they even looking at the Giants to really do anything. Seriously, but that's my dark horse team.
Yeah, and I think the dark horse, like it's to me, I feel like it's common sense because I can't put Washington because Washington is the favorite in some cases, and some idiots have the Dallas Cowboys as favorites. I mean, so it's just like, so it's got to be the Giants. I think Giants always, for some bizarre reason, always the dark horse, regardless of just the circumstance of the year. It's something about the Giants team. You get Saquon back, and then in theory, and it's the weird thing, even in that loss of a season, they were competitive against playoff teams. Obviously, they swept a playoff team in the Washington football team. And then it was very close, very close game against the Bears, and then also a game that you could have definitely won against the Buccaneers. So you look at that situation where, you look at that, Saquon is back. The wide receiving core is there, especially Galladay, also Sterling Shepard, and then Kadarius Toney. I think he's going to be, definitely an interesting one. And then you can't ignore their secondary, obviously with the addition of Adoree Jackson. I think that was another big steal, which that was a good acquisition coupled with which you got Julius Pepper, James Bradbury. That's a Ron Rivera guy. James Bradbury, that back in those Carolina days. You got Jabril Peppers, part of that Odell Beckham trade, from 2019. That's paying dividends. A former Heisman finalist. Hopefully Jeff and Mo's not listening, but the Michigan man. But and then also Logan Ryan's another guy. Obviously, we know Logan Ryan's exploits. In a November game, in FedEx, an interesting game in that one. The game interception, the heartbreaker. Cal Allen gets hurt in that game. He's done. We bring in the Regal. We bring in the NFL comeback player of the year. He stinks it up in that game and throws an interception, and that's all you wrote. And but that was a learning lesson, and we turned that L to a very emotional run. After that, we kind of turned it around. After that, that was right early November, but that was an interesting game to say the least. That was when I couldn't. That was unbearable.
That emotional run brought you to a strong 7.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I will take that every day and 2 times on Sunday. I have a shirt and a hat for that experience, and I can care less what someone says about that. We won a division. We had a home playoff game. We gave the Super Bowl champion one of their biggest fits. I don't care. Like 79, I don't care. We won the division fair and square. Like even this preseason, we were 1-2, but hell, we led the division in the preseason. I'm going to take anything that I could possibly get.
I see.
Because the NFL, because that's how the NFC East is. Nothing is given. Take everything that you can possibly get. This ain't like everywhere else where it's a buffet. No, you get the scraps, you get whatever you get from him. The NFC East is the black and blue.
Everybody is.
Exactly. You take what you get. And the same thing, y'all do the same way. If somebody finished 79 and y'all win division, y'all wear y'all hat and y'all wear y'all shirts too. Y'all know how it is. It's a dog eat dog world in the NFC East.
Bro, I might have a banner behind it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you one thing, if Fanatics had one that was on sale, I'd get it.
Feel that.
I wish they would have had a flag. I have a flag. I see if the HOL let me put a flag like that in my yard, but
no, man.
Where the bobblehead at?
I was trying to buy a Super.
I have a gnome.
I was trying to buy one of those big joints.
Yeah, I got the gnome. Yeah. I don't have a Washington football bobblehead, which I need to.
Oh, for real? Okay.
I got a Max Scherzer one, but now that's the only one I got in the Shaka Smart. They the only two bobbleheads.
You just wait till y'all get your name next year, and then you can get you one with the
Bro, I don't want the name to change though. I don't want to change the name. I want the name to stay the same.
I like the name. I like how they got it. I like it. It gives an old school feel to it too. You know what I mean? I like
it makes us unique.
Watch a football team. Yeah,
it makes us unique because what's gonna happen with all y'all talk behind my back? Oh, we lost to a team with no name. I love that. I love when people say that. Oh, we lost to a team with no name.
Mess around, call y'all weird.
I just say our coach gave up on us, and the front office gave up on us. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got a name or not, we win.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Doug.
You want to thank Howie as well. He always got his hands and everything.
So Howie, Doug, and Nate. But no, but first of all, hold up.
All Nate had to do was get on the field, and you already was good.
Hold up. First of all, and I'm gonna go back to. I know this is 4 years ago, but I ain't gonna let this die. Why we released Nate Sudfeld? Why would y'all get him the week that we play y'all? Like that was the most jackass move of all time. Like
the same reason y'all wouldn't sign to Deshaun Watson because that's how we do. The same reason why
like I was like he gets
Corey Clement is on another NFC East team after getting cut by one because that's how we all do.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, and I remember I had that move. Now I'm gonna pull that up. And I was like, because in 2017 we released Nate Sudfeld, and I think we released him like on a Monday or Tuesday. And look, like a jackass, the Philadelphia Eagles pick him up like on a Wednesday, the week before we play each other. I'm like, all right.
You know how we do, bro. You know how we is.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, because that was during the little streak. And then y'all ended up beating us too, I think. Because remember we beating y'all what like
had anything to do with it though, but yeah.
Nah, I mean he might have some trade secrets.
He might have a little bit. Yeah, come in.
Yeah, he had some little trade. Yeah, he had some trade secrets.
What they're doing over there.
Right, he had some trade. That's why I said he had trade secrets. He had Gruden playbook, bro.
He didn't have a playbook. They just told him to run 3 routes. They only played 3 routes when he got the game. He ain't had no
man. So I said, we deserve it.
I don't know, coach.
We deserve that. Because I like, man, look. Exactly. Gruden playbook and everything. That's almost fresh in his mind. Because we know how the third string quarterback got to be. They know that playbook by hand. Because they like two plays away from potentially being a starting quarterback. That was no coincidence. So I was like, you know what? That's karma. That's really karma that he came in that game. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. 4 years later, I was able to redeem on that.
As soon as they put him in, I was like, well, game over.
I know, right? I was like, oh, let me go on Fanatics and order my stuff. When I seen Nate, I was like, yes, we go.
Look,
I ain't gonna lie.
I was at my daughter's soccer game. I seen them put Nate Sudfeld. I was like, well, I can save my battery life. Go ahead and turn that off.
but what makes what make our division so great? That game, and that's what I'm telling you. That's why people don't understand like how the NFC East is. Now we playing this game cool, and Giants fans is rooting for Eagles fans, and it's like, bro, like how, like, bro, and like how Giants Twitter went off, like during the game, like. You can't get that type of energy from any other division. I don't care. People say, "Oh, Kansas City versus Oakland or Cleveland." You know, that's what I'm saying. Like all these
murder Doug Peterson, son. They was ready to kill Doug Peterson.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like these rivalries, hand down, you cannot match this type of stuff. Like what we was doing, like, dude. Like an NFC East game was the final game of the regular season, and it's probably happen potentially again this year. Potentially, I may not have it standing wise, but I would not be surprised if January 9th, me and Bars, and Chris and Al, Maria and Drew Brees, and all of them gonna be in East Rutherford, the New York team that play in New Jersey. But I can definitely see that happening. But that's what I'm saying. People don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's one of those things where it's like, when you in the NFC East, you cannot match this. You cannot match this. What we got, this dynamic of us 4 teams and all our personalities together. You just can't. Like, it's unmatched.
For sure. The only division that even comes like semi close to us is like the AFC North, because you got Pittsburgh and
Cleveland,
Ravens, and
they're not
even that close though. Like we just want blood out here. That's it.
It's a blood.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm a Steelers fan, but I'm telling you, living down here in VA, man. I swear, y'all be, oh my God, y'all, that damn division, man. Y'all hate each other, but oh my God, y'all get to talk about division. I be looking like, that's because y'all sorry. Y'all killing each other. Say, okay, I can't beat it. We can't be that bad. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but y'all like, man, we got the best division. I'm sitting. I'm telling you, this is the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl, and I'm sitting here like, no, it's not.
We said
I'm telling you, we got no. I'm just saying, we the division that's gonna have the most fun. We gonna be the ones that's just out there, and it's just like we can go all day about this division. I mean, literally,
y'all got probably the biggest markets though. Y'all division, when you think about it, y'all probably got 4 of the biggest markets. So I give you that. Just trying to be nice. Oh my God.
Yeah, because what happens is essentially you got jackasses all over the country following the Dallas Cowboys. Like here, you got people in the backyard in Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia, the home of the Washington football team training facility, and you got half of these jackasses that live in this state that are Cowboy fans. And I'm just like, where's that? Crazy. And then it's just like, oh, well, you root for a team in Texas. Like,
they're also LA Lakers and Yankee fans as well.
Exactly. And Duke fans. Front runners.
Trash.
Talking about something. Right. All trash. Trash across the board.
When you say Duke, trash just automatically pops in my mind. Like, that's the first word association. Trash.
When he said Duke, I think of Coach K, and I think of Gargamel from the Smurfs. So I'm sorry.
That works for me as well.
When I think of Duke, I just think of just mediocrity, overratedness, fans that just have these high expectations, and we got more people in the league. Your point? Who cares? We talk about college. Oh well, y'all ain't got no better NBA. I'm like, okay. We had a guy, Vince Carter, who was in the league for 23 years. Like, who you got? Luke Kennard, John Shire, when he was there. Now he's about to be the head coach. Like, who you got? Lou Alding. Nolan Smith. Like, now he on the bench with his daddy. So, I mean, it's daddy, Coach K. I put it that way.
Don't forget, you can never take away from NC that the GOAT went to NC. The GOAT.
Yeah, of course. The GOAT went to
Capital
NC.
GOAT.
Absolutely. Capital GOAT. A lot of legendary people came from the University of North Carolina in all various fields. Everybody. I mean, that's everybody. Everybody came out of that school. The late
Curry
Stuart Scott. The late Stuart Scott is there. You know, all kind of people. That's Booyah. Andy Griffin went to the University of North Carolina.
That was
what y'all know about Andy Griffin?
North Carolina University back then.
Nah, I think he was UNC. Yeah.
I thought just saying that was a long time ago, bro. Long time ago.
Right. The GOAT went to UNC.
Capital
Curry
capital letters.
Who? Huh?
No, I said the GOAT with capital letters.
Curry GOAT.
Ooh, Curry GOAT.
Man, the GOAT.
Yeah, he is. He's the greatest of all time.
One GOAT.
Sure.
Yeah.
2
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
2-3.
I mean, yeah, but Duke is just it's a landfill of overratedness. Everybody just keep on. Oh, you know, we get this, you get that. Nah, man, y'all are all right, but nah, y'all ain't on UNC level whatsoever. But let's round out this record. So round our preview. So let's go around the horn, fellas. Let's do our NFC East record predictions.
We're doing team by team.
We're doing team by team. So you can go from worst to first or first to worst. So I'm gonna go with you first. Cool. What you got?
Well, I've actually had a change of heart since we began this conversation, as I kept thinking. Mm-hmm. So my worst team, I'm actually going to put the Cowboys with their lack of defense and coaching.
Okay. What's their record?
And I'm going to have them at a paltry 6-11.
Ooh, keep that energy. I like that. All right, who's your third place team?
So in third.
Oh no, cool. Bro, I swear.
Every time.
I swear. I think it's a conspiracy. I'm telling you, I think somebody who was controlling his Wi-Fi is in the Dallas area. I swear to you. He said they're having them 6-11. And then they, before he could do the explanation, they just cut him clean off. Well, cool off. No, no pun intended. But Bars, I'm gonna go with you first, Bars. What's your record prediction?
All right, so I'm gonna go from worst to first.
Okay.
The worst team I got is I feel terrible because every time we get disconnected, I'm trash talking this team. But I got Philadelphia Eagles at a smooth 4-13.
Okay.
I got the Dallas Cowboys right now at 8-9. I got my New York Giants also at 8-9, and I got your Washington football team. Yeah, whatever. They might win the division again, I guess. At 10-7.
Oh, thank you, James.
Stupid.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change.
Yeah.
I was going through the schedule and I was just like,
bad, bro.
Man, I can't even do this. I was about to start adding wins to the Giants. I was like, nah, let me be honest.
Yeah, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to call you by your government name. I'm sorry, boss. Cool. I want to tell you one thing. So I think whoever's your technician when it comes to your cable provider, it's got to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I kid you not.
That's what I'm feeling like, man. That's what I'm feeling like.
I'm telling you, man.
I feel like you're watching your show, bro.
Yeah, right. I think
It's JB.
So cool. You had the Cowboys at 6-11, finishing fourth in the division. What else? Who else you got?
Sir. So I had the Giants at 7-10. I feel like they could be 8-9. It just all depends on the quarterback situation. I don't believe in Daniel Jones, so I'm putting them at 7-10 at third place.
Okay.
And then second place, you know who's second. You know how this plays out the rest of the way. You just need to know the records. You know how it plays out.
You got Washington being second?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At 89. Okay. Now I got you at 89 at second place.
Okay.
You know
8-9. Okay, cool.
9. Yes, sir.
The Eagles
and I got the Eagles 10-7. That's what I got.
And what did you have? What did you have Washington at?
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Okay, it's crazy. Like it's all of our stuff is almost.
So I had them one game behind us. Yeah, I had them. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like I said, if Daniel Jones comes out and plays above my expectations, you could easily be 8-9. You could be 10-7. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling like a couple of games worse because I don't trust him.
Right.
You really wouldn't have liked my Eagles standing.
Oh yeah, go with yours.
I enjoy when we're like 4 and 13 and stuff like that. It makes me happy.
That's exactly where I got them, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right, so who you got, Bars?
No,
my bad, Mal. My bad, Bars. Mar, what you got? What's your predictions?
So I got it in 4th place.
The Eagles.
I got I got the Eagles, 5 and 12. Okay. You know, they can win a few. Let me stop. All right, I got the Eagles 5 and 12. I got actually I switched it. I got the Cowboys with 8 and 9, and then I have the Giants with 9 and 8, and I got the Washington football team at 10 and 7. But I told you my gut feeling is if they don't win the division, I think they're gonna go farther than who win the division.
The Giants, okay.
It's the Giants. It's unless I'm hungry. I'm messing with you.
Yeah. All right, so here go mine. So I got the Eagles at 4-13. That is cool, but like I said, appreciate it.
Let's go.
Hey, cool. All you gotta do is win 7. I'm sorry.
Actually, I got the Cowboys at 8 and 9. I got the Giants at 9 and 8.
Wow.
I got the Washington football team 12 and 5.
You know what's funny? I was real close to giving them 11 and 6, but then I said I'm tripping.
Whew. My bad. My fault. Whew.
Okay, that's all right. So, it actually, I don't know, James Barcia, you remember when we did the preview for the schedule, and so I'm gonna stick with it. So I got us losing to the Giants in week 2 on Thursday night. I think we'll go to Orchard Park and lose. We'll lose to Patrick Mahomes on October 17th. And then we're going to lose to the Dallas Cowboys on December the 12th. And I think everything else, we're going to run it. We'll run it. So we'll be 4-2 in the division.
Fitzpatrick. Man, I love you to death, man, but not with
But you had them 10 and 7 though. It's only a 2-game difference.
I know, but your defense is woo. But it's still that give you that weird feeling because Fitzpatrick is there. But they probably gonna end up putting your man in towards the end of the season.
Taylor probably. But the thing is, we'll start off 1 and 2 going to Atlanta. I mean, what do you want from me? What do you want me to? I mean, we're gonna be under 500 in October. I mean, and then we're gonna run it. Tom Brady we're gonna get the revenge against Tom Brady.
We're starting off 3-0.
We'll go to Green Bay.
Yeah, might.
We're going to Green Bay. We're going to Philly?
Eagles. We start off 3-0.
Who y'all
but then we're gonna run into Kansas City.
Y'all play Atlanta. Y'all play Atlanta, though, right?
It'll be cute.
Y'all play Atlanta, right? And Atlanta, right?
Yes, we do.
Niners week 2
in Atlanta, and the Niners.
Y'all must
down.
Y'all know the San Francisco played with a D team. It was
the San Francisco's gonna be tough. But Atlanta, I remember Atlanta last year. Did y'all don't remember Atlanta last year? I mean,
I remember Atlanta last year. I also remember their best receiver not there anymore.
Oh, but they got Kyle Pitts. But they got Kyle Pitts. Y'all got somebody to stop Kyle Pitts.
Is he gonna be right with week 1? Is he gonna be in sync with his quarterback and be right?
And you got Calvin Ridley. You got Calvin Ridley.
But outside of those two, who else they got?
I'm not looking at Atlanta to be somebody or the Saints. I really wasn't looking at them to be somebody.
But that Falcons team can beat the Eagles though.
They can, but they're gonna lose to us.
Okay,
that's a toss-up.
And y'all are too.
So
both of y'all are too.
I'm telling y'all, no, we not. October 3rd, we gonna blow the brakes on them. Like I told, we got
I'm talking about 12-19.
Who?
And January 2nd.
Stop
that's
it.
for y'all.
Because when
no.
I was going through the schedules, when I was going through every team schedule, every division team, I'd split the games. Washington, I split it between us. Cowboys, I split between us. But when it was the Eagles, I was just like, that's too real quick, easy to use.
Yep.
I wanted to do that.
The last time. The question is, when is the last time that any of y'all have swept us?
Probably can last like 5 years. We swept y'all. Remember, we won like 6 straight. We won 6 straight.
Y'all didn't win 6 straight, bro. I go to the game every year with my homeboy who is a diehard football team. Fan. Last year was the first time. Hold on. Last year was the first time in 5 years that we didn't beat y'all in Washington.
Okay, so basically, y'all knew this was gonna happen, right? Y'all knew this was gonna happen with you three, didn't you? I walked through that door. I should have known.
Yeah, you knew it was gonna happen.
Look, I'm not ESPN. I'm gonna do my research because I remember we beat y'all 6 times in a row.
That was probably
2006
to 2011.
2 times in a row.
Hold on, huh?
We'll beat you guys 2 times in a row.
Hold on. When did this happen? Let's see, Eagles 2.
But back what Cool was saying, there is some teams on there that other teams that y'all should beat. You know what I mean? To make y'all actually look better, like y'all should play off of. There's some teams even like the Broncos,
exactly.
We got
Lions.
All right. So
we got the Broncos. We got the Lions.
It's awesome.
So we beat y'all 5 games in a row between 2014 and 2016.
Right. So we're talking about 2014 and 2016. But since then, when's the last time that you have beat us 2 times in the season?
2020.
Oh, the choke year. Yeah. When we gave y'all the game.
What? But
you just said that. Hold on. Before you tried, you already said.
I admitted that one. But let's remember week 1, the team that didn't have no name with no fans in the stands and sacked Carson Wentz 8 times.
Yep.
And that was that a charity game?
Thank you. Thank you, because that began people seeing the real Carson Wentz, and now he's choking in Indianapolis. So thank you for that as well. So both of our losses to you, I greatly appreciate. One made sure that we got a franchise wide receiver, and the other one made sure we got rid of the bum that needed to go. So as a matter of fact, kudos to you for those 2 wins.
You're welcome.
You know it will not happen this year. You can delude yourself all you want. You know it's not going to happen.
We got y'all, twice in 3 weeks?
You do. The first one's in Philly. The second one is
January 2nd. It's going to be at home.
January 2nd. And I'll be there. And I will be there in full Eagles regalia.
All right. I'm going to tell you one thing. You go out there January 2nd, first of all, pack extra clothes and you pack yourself a lunch.
Oh, bruh.
And
listen, you ain't not lying. You was not lying.
Right. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be freezing.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be cold now. You got to go out there joint with the sweatshirt on under your jersey, your jersey. You know what I'm saying? Your boggin. You know what I'm saying? I wear my glasses to keep my face a little. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. There's some teams. Real talk. It's some teams. It's some toss-up teams that you can be like, damn, they can actually beat them. You know what I mean? Like the Raiders, Broncos. Like I don't even know. I think it's a question mark with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Seriously, Atlanta. I feel like we can at least split with Dallas. I feel like we could beat San Francisco because Garoppolo is in there. They might put in the young boy. If they put in the young boy, he's gonna be in trouble against my corners because I have 2 corners for the first time in a long time. I have 2 actual starting caliber corners, not some fake dude that really should be a backup or a slot receiver forced to play outside. I actually have 2 quality starting corners, and it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited about that.
Like
yeah.
Every time I look at Chris, and everybody talk, all I feel is that all he needs is a crown because he know he won the division, and he just looking like y'all can say whatever you want, but.
Yeah, man, but definitely you shout out to Anthony Harris, man. Anthony Harris is from my hometown,
Yes,
so definitely you shout out to Anthony Harris.
Think about this.
That was a good acquisition.
Just a piece of our schedule. Just some teams I want you to think about when y'all saying we're gonna win 4 games all disrespectfully.
Yeah.
We play the Jets. Probably the second worst team in the NFL. Right?
I don't know, bro.
That's a toss-up.
That's a toss-up.
That's so disrespectful. And I want this on tape. It's so disrespectful. When those spankings happen, I want to be able to come back and say,
it's on tape. It's going to be everywhere.
All the toss-up games.
New Orleans Saints.
The best you guys are on my list is like 7 and 10, and that's if I gave you all the toss-ups.
That's garbage. That's garbage. So Atlanta's going to be a W. San Francisco's going to be a W. Dallas will be a W. 3-0. Kansas City, we're not going to beat. We're not going to beat Kansas City.
I'll say after W.
No, that's a no. Then Carolina's a toss-up. Tampa Bay, I feel like we could beat them, but we'll see. We'll hold that reserve. But I'm gonna start off 3-0. We should be able to beat Carolina. That's 4 wins already. We still got the Raiders. We still got Detroit. We still got the Chargers. We still got Denver. New Orleans is not the same. More difficult. And we got the Jets. You guys
could beat the Chargers?
We're going to split. I think we have a good shot to beat the Chargers. Yes, I do.
The only team I can see that y'all beating is
you only have us winning 4 games. So, of course, you don't think we're going to beat the Chargers. You don't even think we're going to beat your team with a sorry quarterback.
I don't got the Giants or the Washington football team beating the Chargers. Every team in the division playing the Chargers, and I got the Chargers taking that every time.
Well, guess what, man?
History
shows that not going to beat all 4 of us.
And I said we're only going to win because we got them in the beginning. Like, if we would have had them in the team of the season, it would have been a little different story. But I think having them kind of the first lick and them being 3,000 miles away and a 1 o'clock kickoff, the body clock is beating 10 o'clock. So, a win I did get the Cowboys. I didn't give them a lot of wins, but a win I did get the Cowboys is I have the Cowboys beating the Chiefs. Okay.
I thought about that, but I
have the Cowboys beating the Chiefs.
I flip-flop because I was looking at it because I know we got Patrick Mahomes on the 17th, and then we got to go to Green Bay. So I was like, all right, we ain't going to win both. But I can see what's going to Green Bay and winning. And, revenge against one of our former coaches. And, but I'm telling you, I think we are going to give Kansas City a run for their money. I think we are. But I think they're going to close it out on us. But hey, it's practice. So when we play them on Valentine's Day Eve in Los Angeles, but nah,
I'm saying, man, 4 wins. Wow, that's cool, man. I enjoy it. Like I embrace the disrespect and the hate for my team.
It ain't really disrespect, man. Like I'm hoping that
disrespect.
4
wins, that's disrespect.
Cool. I gave you 5. I gave you 5, B. But when you look at it, I'm just being honest with you. I think it'd be better. But I'm serious. I looked at it and I was like, man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be biased, and I hope that you do better because even hearing you, there is some teams if they beat. Some of the teams,
the team might be a little bit of a stretch. It might be. I might throw a game or 2 in there for some homerism, but I still feel like
some of the games that you're talking about, like the Raiders, some of those games, we can't say that they're going to beat them. We can't, but they may beat it. If they can, that's great because we'll say, okay, they are getting better.
They are.
But because you're a fan. But I'm just being real, man. You can't be like. I don't know. I don't know, cuz I want to.
Well, I'm saying we could lose. I said we're gonna still lose 7 games, right? I say we're gonna lose 7 games. So we can lose to Kansas City, Tampa Bay. We can lose 1 game to all 3 of y'all. We can lose to the Chargers and New Orleans. That's still 7 losses. Still gives us 10 wins.
Yeah,
that's the
I think the only one
17
for sure
games.
is gonna be y'all got Detroit. I think y'all got lucky with Detroit. I mean, Detroit.
We got lucky.
That's
we didn't get lucky. That's
a homecoming. That's homecoming game.
That's a homecoming game, bro. Like, no, for real. I'm telling you, because when you end up last, you play the teams that were last the year before. Yep. So that's why you're looking at some of these games. You're like, bro, these got some bunnies. There are a couple of bunnies. I'm not going for it, but I'll take the bunnies.
Yeah, I like our schedule. It's tough. It's nice and tough and rugged, and we'll find the makeup of this team with these matchups that we got. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road, but we got Super Bowl caliber matchups. Could be potential Super Bowl previews, but I digress.
Hey, real talk. And then week 17 or the week 18, the last week of the season, could very well have all eyes on the link for that Cowboys-Eagles game to win the division.
And hopefully, if it comes down the line between, in our situation, because let's see, look at yours, cool, because you got because think about it, you got us 8 and 9, and what if y'all like 9 and 7 in that predicament? And you might force me to root for Dallas potentially, the way how things are going. Because
I would do the same thing, so I ain't mad at you.
Right.
I would do the same thing.
Right, and I mean that actually would be a really interesting thing. Even though I would hate to kind of have that type of nervousness, that cloud hanging over us all night long. Like I know it could be the final regular season game, could be in the link, or it could be it might be in the tri-state area. It could be even in Philadelphia or in New Jersey. It has a shot.
You never know, yeah.
You never know, and that's one thing too. We didn't think we sat here if we would have sat here last year. Did we think that was going to happen? I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think Philly and Washington was going to even make was even going to make the playoffs. And the funny thing about it, I had Washington 7-9, and
just didn't think they was going to be able to win the division.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I figured, and. Because the team was 3-13 the previous year, so it was like I know we weren't going to take that big of a leap. Like it's very rare to take that type of leap, as far as going from worst to first the way that they did, especially with all the changes and just all the off and on the field issues that happened. But yeah,
I will say, my picks are predicated on Jalen Hurts doing what I said he's going to do for the season. Yeah. I took that into account when I was making my choices.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And if he's playing, like you said, he's like the ultimate game manager, then they got a legit shot. And that's the thing.
If he come out there and stink it up, it's going to be ugly.
Then that's a different story. Right. Then, like you said.
That might be more like what y'all are saying.
Potentially. But,
I don't want to be there, but, somebody's going to be there probably.
The only thing I just hope y'all not bad enough to get Sam Howell. Because I do not want to root against Sam Howell. It's already bad enough that I got to root against Kavon Wallace twice a year. And so it's already bad. And now adding Anthony Harris. And this is like 2 RVA guys. And I'm like, oh, man, like I root for him every other week except for, December 19th and then January 2nd.
Yep.
Yeah. It pains me that then he can't. Then you can't have the Messiah at a Indian Trail, North Carolina. Down
the road.
And Sam Howell, Hey,
real talk though. Here's the thing you got to remember too.
Yeah.
It doesn't even really matter how badly we finish because as long as Wentz can hobble through 75% of their games, that's going to be a first round pick. Bro, we already got 2.
Bro,
we already got 2. So we're going to have 3 first round picks or 2 first and a second and 2 seconds.
Let's go get Sam Howell. That's all I ask for.
If Hurts don't work out, that's the target, buddy.
Spencer Rattler.
I don't want him. We want Howard.
Bro, I hope not, bro.
He's a Howie. He looks like the kind of guy Howie will want.
Oh yeah. He's a messiah, man. He's untouchable, man. He can't be in the NFC East unless he plays in Washington. I'm sorry.
Oh, he can definitely be in the NFC East. He don't have to play for Washington. Bro. All he has to do,
bro,
is keep being who he is, and he's gonna have a very good opportunity. If y'all are right, to be in Philadelphia.
I can't, man. I can't, man. That'd be devastating, yo. I ain't gonna front.
Because if we're already a top 10 pick and we want to get up to number 1 to get Howell, it's not gonna be that hard to say, hey, the Dolphins, they suck too. You want to take their pick and let's get it number 1? Who's gonna say no?
I mean, hey. But yeah, man, y'all can't take the 2021 Heisman Trophy winner, the Messiah. Just can't. Don't do it.
Man, you know, there's a guy in
that's a nightmare.
There's a guy in Coral Gables, Florida, who doesn't quite want to acquiesce that Heisman to Sam Howell yet, sir.
De'Aaron King?
Yes, sir. That's the gentleman that I'm referring to. As a matter of fact.
Okay.
Choke if you want to, bro.
Guess
Guess
what? He playing Saturday? He playing Saturday, right?
He's playing Saturday.
Who he playing? Who he playing? Alabama, right?
He playing Alabama.
Saturday.
Ain't nobody never put up stats on Alabama.
Because
here's the thing. Am I gonna sit here and look you in the eye and say that I know for sure Miami gonna beat Alabama? No, I'm not gonna do that. But first, you gotta get DJ Uiagalelei. He's got to show up, and he's got to be ready when Clemson's doing their thing, right? Because we honestly feel like the ACC is going to come down to Clemson, Miami, and North Carolina. Some people might throw somebody else in there, but really, in my opinion, that's the 3 teams that the ACC is going to come down to. Do I think North Carolina or Miami can beat Clemson? We're going to have to find out. But we got a matchup. Miami, North Carolina has a matchup this year. Yeah. And the winner of that matchup may very well win the Coastal Division.
Yep. And we guess what's gonna happen, cool. We're gonna be in your backyard first week of December. We're gonna be in your backyard representing. We'll be playing Clemson and Charlotte.
Will you?
We'll be there. We there. We there.
Or will I be strolling in the short distance to get on the I might just be strolling the short distance to get on the metro system. That could happen too.
I'm telling you, I'm cool. You might as well if you get some time first week of December, you better get your ticket now. You know Carolina gonna be there. Man, that's gonna be a nice little trip from Chapel Hill to Charlotte. That's gonna be a nice little hike.
But I think that plane ride from Coral Gables is gonna be nicer though, from the Fort Lauderdale Airport, FLL. That's gonna be a nice ride.
When we play y'all
for the Miami boys.
I forgot who. Yeah. We got turnover chain boys.
Yeah, it's all about
turnover chain. All right, cool. I'm gonna tell you one thing.
That's what it's all about.
We'll see how y'all play on Saturday and see how that put y'all where they're gonna put y'all at.
Now
we got our games. Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. More than likely, if we're going by rankings and everything, everybody says Alabama's gonna win the game. But that doesn't mean we're gonna go out there and lay down for Alabama. Alabama's gonna have to come with their A game. If they don't come with their A game, it could be a problem. Alabama's got some talent that they had to replace. It's the first game of the season. So hey, anything's possible. That's why you play the game.
I mean, yeah, true indeed. But we know how Alabama rolls, man. Alabama does not rebuild; they reload. Like, dude, like
so far, it ends sometime for everybody.
Ever since,
there's nobody that's been running college football for the past 40 years. So at some point, everybody's dynasty ends. Maybe this is Alabama's year.
He's been running for about 12 years. He still got 28 more years.
Well, Clemson got a couple of years, but they would say that Alabama won't run in nothing but their mouth.
I mean, yeah, but I agree with you, cool, because I think it's some new blood coming in, especially from Chapel Hill. we got we got one of the best recruiting classes in the class of 2022.
College football is going to be really, really good this year. If you're an NFL fan, I think you should be watching college football because there's a lot of guys that you're going to see on Saturdays. The next year you're going to see on Sundays playing prominent roles.
Yeah, definitely. And y'all match up, especially Saturday, and then also Georgia Clemson. They playing in your backyard. What's the Duke's Mayo kickoff? Something, whatever it's called.
Some of them,
something like that.
Yeah, they always got something. I like kick off something.
I know some type of kickoff bowl or whatever. But it's gonna be in your backyard. Cool. That's gonna be
these guys are like these guys. I don't care nothing about what y'all talking about.
No, I'm listening to everything you saying. So,
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good week.
I'm letting y'all go back and forth because I was like, I should have known once we put your team in 4th of June. So I ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, but UNC on the rise. We're gonna have our game. We're gonna have our primetime game on October the 30th, and we're gonna show up. We're gonna show the world. Sam gonna have his Heisman moment, and hey, we just gonna start this season quietly in Blacksburg to take care of business. Go up 81. And just 81? Take care of business and come back. Okay. Yeah. No, not 81 points. No, Route 81.
I'm messing with you. I know what you're saying.
Nah, we ain't putting up 81. Nah, we ain't putting up 81. Tech be giving us fights, but we gonna take care of business. We're gonna handle business Friday night.
Virginia Tech, their defense is always
we'll come on back home.
Problematic.
Yeah, come on home, 1-0 in the ACC and just get ready for the gauntlet of the season,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited, though. I want the ACC to be good, man. I'm excited.
Me too. I want the ACC I want ACC to shine, especially this weekend. Because people that's another thing too.
To beat Alabama, though. I mean, I'm not saying that we were if Miami was to beat Alabama, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't bring me back on the show too after season. Just don't. Just wait till the season over. Just be like, no, don't even bring me. Just be like, no.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If that do happen, and then if Clips can beat Georgia, bro, like it's Sunday, you can't tell the ACC nothing. You can't tell the ACC nothing. We'll just be over here like, all right, we can sit, like y'all can't sit with us no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we the big dogs.
And real talk, Miami got a boost in their ranking because we're playing Clemson. I mean, because we're playing Alabama the first week of the season.
Yep.
And, you can't take a chance with Alabama playing a lowly ranked team.
Exactly. Yeah.
So kind of a smart move if you Miami, because you can't punish us too much if we lose to the great Alabama, right? You can't say
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that helps you going forward because even if you lose, it ain't gonna hurt you. That's a good thing about it. It ain't gonna necessarily hurt you. Because Alabama's gonna probably be a college football, they'll be a playoff team. So it's like that'll help you far as if you was get there and actually win the ACC, that'll actually give you a little boost. Real.
Yep, it will. But beating y'all and Clemson, that's gonna be hard to do in one season. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard to do.
And Clemson, nah.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to do.
It's gonna be definitely difficult. You remember last year?
Hey, it was tight. It was tight. It was net booty tight last year though. Y'all won, but it was net booty tight. It was tight.
Yeah. So bars, man. This year, give us your. I know you get ready to head out, man. Your social media handles before we head on out. Cool.
You guys started getting deep into college. You only listen to college when it comes NFL draft time. That's about it. So you start pulling out names. I just had to go like, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Bars Talk. Please follow my co-host as well, Jared K40, and follow us at the Bunts and Bruises podcast on Twitter. Please follow, subscribe, like all that good stuff on YouTube. We're on Spotify and we're on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts, especially. Please 5 stars, review it. That's what really all we want in the world. You don't even really got to listen to my podcast. You can fast forward to the last minute. As long as you give me that 5-star review and say I'm good, I'm happy. But other than that, thank you so much for having me. Fellas, thank you for it was a fun one today. I wasn't expecting all this, but of course, like Maui said, the NFC East is nothing but laughs.
Yeah,
right.
Big time. Yes, sir. I'll let you pause, and we'll catch you down the road. We'll preview some stuff.
Of course. Thank you, fellas. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too, man. All right, but absolutely. So let's put a ball in this week's Couch Coach Live, fellas. We'll go around the horn, social media, any upcoming projects. I'm gonna go with you first. Cool, what you got?
All right, y'all know Fridays, 7 p.m. EST, PlayCallerSportsTalk.com. We're gonna be doing preview for NFC, AFC West. So if you fans of any of the teams in NFC, AFC West, hop on over. Tell us what you're thinking about. That's PlayCallerSportsTalk.com. You know we both on the NBA Carousel Monday nights. We're going to be coming back with that stronger than ever a few weeks.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., you can catch me on the Sip-Off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be hosted by Megan Price, Anthony Brown, Jahan Phillips. But you will see this face, and we will be talking some basketball.
Yeah, big time, definitely. Yeah, about a few weeks away. Yeah, we definitely,
And cool _ McCain at Instagram. Follow your boy.
Yeah. What you got, Maui?
Oh man, Sean Morgan Facebook. DT Morgan 78 Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Great show, man. Very, very great show. At least I'm shooting for the ACC too. Then, since you dudes, it's how important y'all wanted to do well. So I'm be like, that's gonna be on my mind. So I'll be checking for that.
Nice. Yeah. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram under Couch Coach Live. Check out the podcast. Anyway, you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Couch Coach Live. Friday nights, Washington Football Guys podcast, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check out me and my guy Rob. We'll be on that one as well. Definitely huge. Like we said, cool. As far as the NBA Carousel, we'll be back. I'll run it back. I'll be talking about the LA Clippers. Of course, Cool was the champ last year. Hopefully, Kawhi come back in a good time and have a little playoff run and show our hallway brethren, how to get down championships down. So
without buying one.
Right.
Trying to buy one.
That's right. Right. We gotta, man, because we gotta represent, man. Clippers, we gotta come back and we definitely gotta run it back. So definitely, we definitely looking forward to bringing that back up on Mondays. That definitely gonna be fun, and got some other stuff, football content coming up, and I'll be discussing that as the weeks to come. But yeah, man. But most definitely, man. Once again, this has been Couch Coach Live. We did the NFC East preview. Definitely had a great time, man. This is always a good time to chop it up, talk about the best division in football. But yeah, man. Yes, indeed. So we'll catch you guys next week. This has been this week's Couch Coach Live, man. We'll catch you guys next week.
Well.